Yeah, well, I always have Welch's before and between every periods. So yeah, the gummy bears happen every time. But last time was with Jiggy. We each had a gummy bear with Chloe Orard and all said that we were going to score a goal.
Worked.
Jade, both you and Elizabeth, the last time you guys both scored in the same game, you guys beat Boston just before the break. Tonight you guys helped get the win again. What is the chemistry between the two of you been like this season, and how do you guys bring it into Montreal?
What was the last part of your question? Sorry.
How do you guys take your performance and bring it into the game against Minnesota?
Yeah, well, this game was a little different. We played on separate lines, but I think, we were doing good things on our separate ends. You know, I guess we both got pucks to the net, and they both ended up in the back of the net. So that's just something that we want to keep bringing to the game is getting pucks to the net and bodies to the net.
We've talked a lot about you guys allowing the first goal of the game, which obviously didn't happen tonight, but you guys had the most dominant second period ever. Could you guys just talk about the thought process coming into that first intermission and that entire period of 4 goals and how good that felt to kind of not only get out of the deficit, but get in the lead and hold on to that for the rest of the game?
Yeah, I mean, I think we needed that. I don't think it was the start that we wanted. We knew they were going to come out hard because they needed this win. And I just think, once again, not the start we wanted, but we got a good talk in between the periods. Got put back into our place, and I think we just did it for each other. I think everyone worked hard and everyone was going to the net. And like she said, they ended up in the back of the net for once this season, and we loved every second of it. So.
Yeah, it was also a nice testament to what our team is able to do. I think we've had a few rough patches, but I think that kind of put things in perspective for the future.
On the third and fourth goal, you guys were starting to get pucks in the net and got the 2 goals in front of the net. Just talk about that mindset, just get the pucks in deep and grind down there.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is we can't score any goals if we're not getting pucks and bodies to the net. It's so important, to get the pucks through, but also to have people there, taking the eyes of the goalie away. So that's definitely been a focus for us these past games and for today as well, especially in the second period, and I think it just paid off for us.
Can you just circle back to the first intermission, how you were saying that there was an appeal to the sense of pride within the room? Can you just elaborate on that? And how you guys built off that message?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we had a good speech in the locker room. I think that we kind of all looked at each other and we knew we had to do it for ourselves, for pride, for the future, there was a bunch of reasons, and we all know our season ends next Sunday, which is not what we wanted, but we want to come out of this season with pride and the way that we did the last 2 games, just hard work, and I think it worked out for us today, and we're gonna do the same thing next game.
Just playing here at Prudential Center, 2 games now here. The crowds were passionate. There was youth hockey all around. What can you just sum up what it was like for you both to play here at this arena and what it was like to win here at this arena?
Yeah, I mean, it's always, heartwarming to see everyone supporting us. They're supporting the PWHL New York team, but they're also supporting women's hockey, and I think that's amazing. The reality is we're eliminating, but they're still showing up, and I think that means a lot to us. We often think about, the lives that we're impacting for little girls and for future generations, but it's also, a big part of that are the fans that show up for us and who make it happen for us.
Yeah, I agree, and it was so nice to get the win. I mean, they've been wanting it for a bit, and it was nice because the crowd was loud cheering for us, and we felt it in the second period, and even after that, they were very loud, and it was nice.
Do you think that helped build that pride in the second period?
For sure. It's so nice. Just the first goal, we were down 2-0. The first goal, you felt it, and I think we just kept going from there, and we did it.
Even though this team isn't making the playoffs, these games are really critical for setting the future and also just making sure that this team is never quitting and having that attitude. what are you seeing out of this group tonight that you can bring into that last game in that return?
I think in reality, like, we talk a lot about pride, and I agree, like, we have to have pride in these last games, but I also think that we're all playing professional hockey because we're competitors. You know, it's like engraved in us, and that's why the players that play in this league are good at hockey, is because the compete is just like engraved in us. So yeah, it's about pride, but I also don't think anyone, you know, would let up easy, because it's in us. We want to win, regardless of what position we're in.
Yeah, we don't want to lose. Nobody wants to lose
No.
on this team. So, like she said, it's pride, but we're really competitive within this team. You should see us in practice. So, trust me.
Is there almost a bittersweet feeling about this season? You know, you're part of something historic this year, and yet it's coming to an end a little earlier than, you know, the team goals that you all set. So is there kind of a bittersweet feel when you kind of take in the season?
Yeah, I don't think it's every day that you get to write, you know, the first pages of a story, and that's kind of what we're doing here, and we're doing it with certain people and certain, you know, staff members that realistically nothing is guaranteed in the future, like whatever that might be. So yeah, it's obviously bittersweet because we don't really know what the future looks like for anyone. So yeah, I think we're trying to take in what we have right now, keep building what we're building, a legacy, a culture. And so, yeah, it's definitely bittersweet, I would say.
We got time for one more because that bus is about to leave. Sorry, everyone.
Don't leave without us.
Thank you. We good?
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you.
guys. Good luck for the bus.
Sorry about that. Just getting yelled at.
Oh, no, that's fine. Buses are important.